Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Hello and welcome back to me slowly going insane while trying to finish this illustration, which I'm only doing in front of a camera, so no pressure. And also hello to your two co-hosts who are here to try to lessen the impact of my insanity. So yeah. How are you doing today, guys?
We're doing fine. Yeah. You might need to just turn down the music a bit on the other way.
That is fine. How's that for you? Soothing?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, lovely.
And yourself a bit up, maybe.
Ah. Yeah, that might be a problem. Okay. No, I'll play around with that just a little bit. Let's see here. Okay. How's that?
That's much better.
Yeah, okay. There we go. That is lovely. So, right. Yeah. Where we last left off, I was about to do the large-ass robot in the background. Now, I have since figured out that this area right here is going to be covered by a huge-ass logo for our game. But that's one of the fun little details of doing this, because I want this illustration to work no matter what is in front of it. So, let's get cracking, shall we? Right.
Yes, I'm doing fine as well. Woke up not long ago after being at the night shift, so
Yeah, day jobs, they're great. Well, they pay the bills.
they do. Well, last time when we were talking about the 50-foot robot, we were talking about stuff like the Iron Giant
Yeah,
and such.
influences. Was the Iron Giant, and I mean, there's a fair bit of RoboCop in here. You can't deny that. And
It's true.
yeah. Also, what was the other thing? I mean, I said it. I just can never remember the movie. Yeah, the day the Earth stood still.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, what is postmodern society without references that only a third of the population will get?
Hello, Inga. Nice to see you again.
Hey, that's nice. Hope you had a good time being away, whatever you've been doing.
But yeah, so that's the Iron Robot here. I'm kind of looking forward to when we get to some of the other illustrations.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're gonna do all the agents today, and flesh those out. So finally, the good guys are gonna get their time in the sun, and you know, and in my personal headcanon, that will be just prior to this lady right here, who's going to destroy everyone, as she normally does. Lioness.
Yes, I should maybe go through the cards again to see if there is a weight towards the financial plots.
You know, yeah, for balancing purposes, that's a pretty good idea. I mean,
Bit late though,
a bit late,
because
but it is possible. I mean,
yeah, but I'm just saying it is a bit late since we actually launched our game
yeah.
on Tabletopia.
Well, you know, there can be other versions, surely.
Evil 101, free on Tabletopia for anyone who wants to play.
Yeah, damn right it is. We finally managed to get a game out. It's just
Yes.
all on us, really. so, so everyone with a computer or yeah, it's not cross-platform, is it?
You can play it through Steam. Yeah, yes, you can play. Like, you can sit with a computer, I can sit with a phone, and we could play it.
Yeah.
Because it's browser based.
Right. Yeah. See, that's a strange thing because none of us really aimed to become video game designers, but apparently
Not first.
not first, no, but down the line maybe, but apparently that's what this is. Or so Board Game Geek tells us. So, and since I consider them somewhat of an authority on the subject, I guess they would know.
Yes, but that is just until the physical version comes out.
Well, naturally.
But I find that really funny though.
Yeah, me too. That's kind of took me by surprise, to be honest. It was like, what now? we accidentally made a video game. Oh,
Whoops.
neat. I mean, should have seen that coming, but somehow just completely omitted the fact. It was like, oh no, it's just a digital board game. Oh, so that is a video game. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
I think that actually makes us third-party game developers.
Yeah, we are actually. We're third-party game developers who are making games for someone else's platforms. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strange twist of fate. It is nice though. It feels super nice to have a game out there, even though it is free to play.
That actually makes it better for me.
Oh, really? Why? I mean, you've been working hard on this. I mean, you know, monetization, all of that would have been nice, right?
It would have been nice, but actually, like, I think I said it last stream as well, but I create because I enjoy the like art of creation.
Yeah, I know. I know the answer to this, really.
Yeah, like,
But yeah.
oh shit, people are gonna play it. People, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, this is a thing that people can interact with now. And people that we don't even know, which is awesome. People that we don't remotely see. I mean, having blind trials is one thing, but this is, I don't know, this is a whole different level. I do enjoy it.
Yeah. I was actually gonna find something. Just give me a quick second. There's also another thing I want to talk about games-wise, but it's not us at all.
Well, considering that there are so many thousand game developers, I mean, it's good.
Yeah, but we actually came in contact with some other game creators recently from Antanu.
Yeah, that we
Uh,
did. They reached out.
y- yes, they made a game called Carousel,
Mm.
which you can check out on carousel.itch.io. Uh, I think they have a print and play version out.
Yeah, and they're currently gauging the market, and they are intending to get their game out to people and have it produced as an actual bona fide board game,
Yes.
which is excellent.
So if you have time, you should check them out. I'll post the link in the chat.
And this is non-sponsored endorsement, by the way.
This is just us
Sharing
pointing
the
people
love.
towards. Yeah. Hey, look, there's a cool project.
Yes.
Oh, and they are submitted for the Norwegian Game Awards of 2022.
Which is, again, brilliant.
Which also leads me to another question. Why aren't we there?
Because we're not brilliant, I suppose. I mean, we got a gift to Gab. I mean, we can design the games and all that stuff, and you know, and then we just usually sit around and hope for people to find us. I made myself cry a little bit there, but you know.
I don't think they are just computer games anymore. Um, like I think they also do some tabletop, but yeah, it's mostly computer games and such. My brother keeps asking me if we're gonna go to the Retrospelmässa with our stuff, and I would say we can't really do that since we have our games are physical, and that's for like old 8-bit games and such. Probably some newer too, but now that we have a video game,
Well, sort of. Yeah, generally, I mean, I do see the argument here because you know, board games is very, you know, nostalgic in a sense.
yes,
Even though it is booming industry today, most of us just get into it because now, yeah, we love doing these things when we were kids, just playing games, any kind of board game.
yeah.
Oh man, I remember when Risk was exotic. I was like, oh, you have Risk? Wow, can we play?
How advanced.
Yeah, and now it's like Monopoly with toy soldiers. I still love it though, to be honest. I always RP a little bit inside my head when I do it. It's like, yeah, this is totally happening.
Which game has the most versions though? Monopoly or Risk?
I would claim Monopoly, but only because actually, okay, Monopoly because it's way older. That's number one. But also because uh, since there are so many bootleg versions of it, where virtually every single town in the world at some point had a specific one made for themselves. I mean, even our small town more or less had it. Or
Yeah.
it was
Well,
Sunmura, wasn't it? Our
yeah,
region?
yeah, yes, our
Yeah,
region. But let's keep it
We
to
have one
official.
copy on our cabin.
official.
Let's keep it to official versions.
Official versions. Okay. I would still say Monopoly. Because while we've all seen like various versions, like Game of Thrones edition, Lord of the Rings edition, Star Wars edition, of both Risk and Monopoly, I have yet to see a Warhammer 40k Risks game.
Have you seen a 40k Monopoly game?
Implied, yes, I have. It has the little metal miniatures. Which were wholly
No,
disappointing because I thought it would be awesome if there was actually like actual metal miniatures of the little characters and not just the same type of miniatures that you get in every single game of Monopoly, where it's like, oh, here's a boot and an iron and also for some reason a top hat and a tiny little car. So it's the same thing.
house rules are okay in Gun. I don't think too many people have played the official version of Risk either. At least every time I've played with people, they've had their own house rules.
Yeah, I mean, the most important part about playing a game is that everyone is supposed to enjoy it, right? So why not just all agree on a set of rules that everyone can follow and then just go from there? I mean, we certainly
Yeah,
don't anticipate everyone to just follow the rules of our games. Just have fun with it.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, house rules are here to stay. In fact, I'm kind of a small proponent, though I'm not actively chasing this, but I think it would be cool if more rule books had blank area at the back of the rule book where people could just write down their own house rules.
3 day long Monopoly games. No, thank you. Oh,
That's suffering. Although uh, I once played like a drinking game based on Monopoly, and when we played that, we were using electronic Monopoly, which is like regular Monopoly, but instead of having paper money, you had credit cards, which is awesome. Took all the maths out of it. I was like, oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm just gonna swipe my Visa. I always wanted that version actually.
Cheaters Monopoly actually does sound fun. Yeah.
Cheaters edition.
Yeah.
We're intended to steal from the bank. Yeah. Cheaters Monopoly, right. I remember growing up with something called Anti-Monopoly. You can definitely find that on Board Game Geek. It's kind of obscure, but the way I remember it, it was basically like Monopoly in every single way, except that you couldn't actually, well, gain a monopoly in anything as easily, because instead of buying something outright, you bought shares of it. So it was an even worse version of capitalism. The system the game was intended to warn us about.
Landlords.
Also, in Norway, we also have millionaire.
Yeah, I would count that as an official version of
Sort of.
Monopoly.
Yeah, it's not Hasbro, but it is an
It's
official game that is exactly like it. No, I'm pretty sure it's not Hasbro. I think it's Couple and Dumb. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is.
Longer game does not have to equal better game. Yeah, I agree with that. That is more of a what's the word? A war of attrition rather than a fun game. Where have you been part of like the Axis and Allies games that Ara sometimes used to have?
No, I actually haven't been a part of those. Longest I've ever played, I think, was a Risk game that took a bit more than 24 hours.
Yeah. Speaking of long games, I mean, we have a world record when it comes to long and complicated games. You guys help me remember what it was called? Like 1945 North Africa campaign or something like that? 1942?
Yes, it's the North Africa campaign, up to 8 players.
Yeah, everyone is organized in actual ranks, and you have officers who are in charge of everything. And it's so detailed that if you play Italians, then Italians have larger water rations because Italians would need more water to cook their pasta. It's like infamously insane. I think it was once featured on Big Bang Theory. Because of course it was. Okay, okay, of course, I forgot to set something up on my end, so if you'll excuse me, I'll just try to...
Well, wait, I checked out the Norwegian Game Awards. It's actually by students for students at NTNU, so...
Well, that explains why we're not part of it.
Ah, yeah, that
Yeah.
would explain it, wouldn't it? Let's see here. Just getting in there. Okay, let's see here.
Do you know about the rules, Tor?
No, I've just seen it. Never tried it. Never read the rules of it.
Given the length of the game, I guess yes, Rummel must probably outrun his supply lines.
There we go. Much better. Okay, maybe some more tiny little happy details on the robot.
Ooh, can you do a Bob Ross?
Oh, you want me to get my special brushes app? Just gonna whack the paint off. Just whack it off. Oh. I mean, when you say, can you do a Bob Ross, then I immediately thought, well, I could give the robot an afro. He hated that afro.
When you yourself become a brand.
Yeah, that was the problem, because it was branded. And he was like, oh, well, people expect it. Well, okay, I'll keep the fro. Now, that is champion material right there. Anything for his fans. Even though he was suffering.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like great Americans, you have Bob Ross, and then you have Mr. Rogers of the newer generation.
Yeah. I think I don't know about anything, negative when it comes to either one of them. You usually say that about so many. Find something negative.
But for those, I think we only grew up with Bob Ross on TV.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah, we didn't have Mr. Rogers when we grew up.
I mean, I can hardly even remember Bob Ross.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
even remember ever watching him, so.
he was on NRK.
Yeah, but it wasn't one of the shows I used to see. I might have been in a wrong time slot.
Yeah. But we did have Fraggle Rock.
That we did.
That we did.
And the Muppet Show.
Then you shouldn't play Guardsman. Then you should be playing not the Adeptus Astartes, but the Adeptus Custodes. Then you don't have so many models.
True. Custodes are they are the Necrons of the Empire. Instead of just slapping on some lead belcher, you just put on some auric gold. Yeah, yeah.
How many Dark Angels do you have again?
Well, part of me would say enough. Another part of me would say nope, no, not even close. I don't know, 7,000 points.
Yes, but how many models is that?
It's at last count, uh, well over 100.
So you have a full company.
No, because I have. I would technically have a full company, but I have, Deathwing and Ravenwing and lots of Green Wings, and then I have some Primaris Marines that I don't quite like because I don't find they fit within the goddamn setting, and whatever. So, I have lots of companies. If I could just shove them all into one company, I would have a whole company and a surplus. But it's nice. It's nice to just build those things. Build and paint. That's what I enjoy most in general.
I remember our Dark Heresy campaign.
Ah, that was stuff of legends there, right there. That was good stuff.
I actually was thinking about it a couple of days ago.
It does tend to
Because
crop up.
I saw one of those sketches on TikTok about the parties always adopting
Yeah.
creatures as their pets.
Thinking about Ludwig?
I'm thinking about Ludwig.
Oh, that poor guy.
He was just supposed to be our guide for one
Yeah,
mission.
he was, and it ended terribly.
We couldn't let him go. He had seen a demon.
Yeah, but it ended so bad though. I mean, that was a party kill too, in a way.
Yes and no. My character would have just gotten themselves a new limb
Uh,
again.
well, it wasn't you though. It was the psyker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was the psyker
yeah,
that had a spell backfire on them, and he temporarily switched places uh with the monster we were fighting, and he was unable to tell us that he is actually the real guy. Not that anyone else would actually believe him. Um,
yeah.
and in a fit of panic, Ludwig ended up running at him with 2 live grenades and basically suicide bombing himself straight to hell.
Yeah,
It was very
yeah,
tragic,
it was.
and epic at the same time.
He was the voice of reason.
He was, and then that era was over forever.
Yeah, because after that it was a Psyker, a Judge Dredd parody.
That would be you.
That would be me, and a Skitari.
Yeah. And his Skitari, what he brought to the table was mostly just the ability to soak damage, shoot things from afar, and stand around and be slightly jealous of the Judge Dredd wannabe about how many metal parts were on her body. Yeah, so flesh is weak.
The Arbites in first edition Dark Heresy were
Was it
tough
first?
as nails.
Was it first or second we played? It was first, right?
I think it was first.
Yeah, yeah.
Because suddenly, when we, for some reason, switched editions, toughness was not the main stat for Arbites anymore.
Yeah, it did mess with our entire dynamic.
Like, if you look away from the times 2, my Arbites had just as much toughness as a starting Space Marine in Death Watch.
Hmm.
But it was also very surprising how long it took before the Psyker stuff really messed us up during a mission.
Yeah. Um, the Psyker was played by our team leader, and he really actually he kept that guy pretty controlled.
It didn't
Surprisingly.
seem like it at the time.
Oh, he took mad risks because we all knew that taking mad risks would result in mad fails and everything would be hilariously bad. And we're all for that. But no,
Either things would go really good or they would go really bad.
yeah, and for the most part, it went really well. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, I still think it went really well when it went pear shaped too, because that was just hilarious. It was like, oh yeah, we're all gonna die now. That's fine. Ha 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 ha.
Those make for the best moments, though.
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
Yeah.
Um, there's like no question about it.
Though there are, I wasn't part of that game, but I remember the Death Watch
Yeah.
campaign we also played.
Oh,
We
that
had
was
a
just
lot of
our.
yeah, but that was a lot of memorable moments that didn't where it didn't involve us being on the verge of dying. It was more us just being silly and well overpowered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely overpowered. That's a problem with playing Space Marines. There's like no personality except for you, John. You were the only one who had a personality.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
some reason.
No, well, you're playing a Space Wolf, which is first of all very you, and second of all, uh, they are allowed to just be raucous space Vikings, and that's fine.
yeah,
Kind of helped. It was the first time I've ever played Warhammer, so
yeah. Like I said, like playing Space Marines, that's just power fantasy. And yes, Ingel, wild sorcerers in D&D are the when it comes to mess up with raw magical power, the Psykers in Dark Heresy and Warhammer in general are, yeah,
Oh, that's
very similar.
yeah, but it's pure chaos. I mean, you always have a chance of getting a misfire. I mean, you can get off your shot, technically, but at the same time, it can just really hamper your style because something else will happen if you're unlucky, and that is just so fun.
Turning into a potted plant is maybe a better fate than what can happen to you in the 40k universe, though.
Yeah, uh, the same goes for just regular Warhammer Fantasy too, which I guess would be the closest analogy to D&D. Everything is just so bad. It's like there's not really any magic healing or anything like that. I mean, there's so much of the game rolls around the fact that you are going to die. Which is why I'm having great fun playing a Moor Priest, which is a Death Priest. So I can just go around and remind everyone, oh, you're gonna die. Oh yeah, you better live up now, before it's too late. Good times.
Given
Yeah.
that the rest of us think you are a prophet, and probably you are also the last one to die among us. Yeah.
Counting both from the fact that I am not a frontliner and I have the most fate points among the group right now. Yeah, probably. Also, it helps picking up country bumpkins as your traveling companions that are very impressionable.
Yeah, that might help.
Oh, it's good fun. Let's see, let's get some references out here because I need to remember what the hell I was doing when I was doing this. Okay, time to get hit up with some typhoid. Typhoid Tanner, Typhoid Tanner, Typhoid Tanner, Typhoid Tanner. Where are you on my list? There you are. Hello. Yep. Okay. Cool. 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 Yep. So let's just get some deets in here, and we should be good to go. Yeah, probably fine.
Again, check out Garth Marenghi's Dark Place if people have the interest in it. Some of the people there are same people who did the Things We Do in the Dark. Wasn't that the Vampire series?
Yeah. Are we talking actors here, or?
Yeah, I think Matt Berry is one of the vampires.
That is a terrible nose. I'm going to cheat it. You will get a shorter nose. Yes, you will.
Might be one of the cards we need to rework the illustration for. There's been a bit of talk to rework the illustration for some of the cards. This might be one of them.
I am sorry. Yeah. This might be one of them. Depending. Yeah. This is great. Now I'm drawing faces, which means I get self-conscious because I'm in front of a camera. And when I draw faces, I usually mimic the faces that I'm drawing. So, yeah. That's fun.
Everybody look away.
Which is the cue for everyone. Stare. Yeah, looks slightly constipated. I'm okay with that. Actually, he looks like a slightly younger version of my brother. Only he has 2 eyebrows instead of 1. Fascinating.
Your brother has 1 eyebrow or 2?
It's called a unibrow.
So he's a werewolf.
Yes, he is.
You met the guy.
Yeah. I just wanted to see.
I mean, technically,
What?
you work with the guy.
Well, yeah.
And you didn't know he was a werewolf.
Well, I
Yeah,
had my
well,
suspicions, but it's good to get them confirmed.
it's fun to see him go at it when he gets a beer can or a soda can. Just chomps into that shit. It's so good. Party tricks. Also, you can fetch a ball really well. And yes, people, if you were wondering, werewolves are real.
This is the problem with you doing detail work.
It's so minuscule. Yeah.
No, not only you end up just sitting and looking at it.
Yeah, and time is. Uh, I mean, you end up sitting and looking at it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, because when I do this stuff, time becomes this other dimensional entity that doesn't really apply to my universe anymore. So I just completely lose track of everything. And if I look at this playback, I will probably have been sat here staring without blinking at a single point for about, I don't know, a minute. Um, Before I just suddenly pop back into life. It's weird how that works.
Well, it is the fourth dimension, so it already is other dimensionally.
Yeah, but it's not connected with my world. So what would that make it? Like, hmm, two dimension? Nah,
Fifth?
maybe, maybe. Is there no time in the second dimension?
No, second dimension doesn't have time.
That is weird. Also, that would completely ruin the premise of Flatland. All those theories about, oh, look, two-dimensional creatures, they would look like this, and they would eat like this. Like, no, they wouldn't. Eating is a process. Process takes time. Time doesn't exist.
Isn't time a dimension that exists in all dimensions?
But if time is a
I
dimension,
think I read that somewhere.
but if time works in all dimensions, then why is time its own dimension?
Well, I'm not a quantum physicist, so.
No, 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 no. I don't
Give
think
it a
any.
week.
Yeah, by the
Maybe
time,
a week.
yeah, by the time we have the next stream, we'll get a definite answer on this.
Um, yeah, last stream we also said we were going to talk a bit about favorite woodland creatures. Because we have hedgehogs in the garden.
Oh, it's good someone remembers what we promised, because I'm all here. So, woodland creatures.
Woodland creatures.
What are we, druids now?
Wow, I do feel slightly spiritual and one with nature at times.
At times, but me personally, I'm probably as far removed from a druid as can be.
So what you're saying is that you're a Captain Planet's villain.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something like that.
Like, I see a tree, I'm gonna chop it. Yarr. You're a woodland pirate.
Now that was a show trying to create young eco-terrorists.
Yeah, and we had another thing in Norway that also
Black
did the
Gulf.
same thing. Yeah. Mm. Teaching little kids how to walk up to strange adults and call them bastards for letting their cars run.
Oh, also how to choke out engines.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh man, you just
on
can't beat
public
children's programming of the 80s and 90s.
on public television.
Yep. State-funded public television. It's crazy.
But okay, so we know that John doesn't have any favorite woodlands creatures because he is a Captain Planet villain. How about you?
Yeah.
Favorite woodland creatures? Oh man, there are too many to count. Um,
All the fun
Savannah.
ones are getting targeted by hunters and such things nowadays. So
well, the fun ones? Ah,
yeah, they are getting shot and extinct because we don't want them close to our homes.
well, I could have a few. No problems there. My neighbors might disagree. No. I mean, definitely owls. Love owls.
Yeah,
Fox.
also cool.
Foxes. Who doesn't love a fox? Foxes are awesome. I mean, I
Yes.
could sit here. I could basically just list off every single animal I can come to mind, and it would be true. Like for instance, stoats. Stoats are awesome.
Let's see, I do not remember what a stoat is.
Røyskatt.
Yes,
Mm,
they are really cool.
yeah. And well, bats.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent creatures.
Yeah. Flying dogs.
Oh yeah, flat no, or just the flat-nosed ones, the tiny ones. I mean, I love them all. They're adorable.
Yeah.
Especially if they find their way into your bedroom at night and you just wake up listening to something just flying in precise goddamn circles over your head. Ah, if you wake up to that sound and you just lie there and you stare at that stuff, I mean, you can either freak out or just be in awe because those creatures are amazing. And I am gushing about it, I realize, but deserves to be said. Credit where credit is due, bats. No one asked you to reproduce the coronavirus. But then again, someone were eating you, so I guess it was self-defense.
Corvids.
Corvids. Yes.
Crows, ravens, magpies.
Yes. Who doesn't love a good corvus? Or a pika pika?
It's like they've just found out how to make everything in the world for them.
Pretty damn special.
Yeah, like they have their own societies, they have their own legal system. They know how to use tools. They remember faces throughout generations.
They hold grudges. They are the dwarves of the bird kind. Actually, the more I think about it, they probably actually are. They are actually the dwarves of the bird kind.
They do love practical jokes, though.
Yeah,
That they do have a sense of humor.
they do.
That kind of disqualifies them from being dwarves.
Oh, I mean, dwarves have a sense of humor. It's just not very well in tune with human sense of humor.
Counting rocks is not funny.
To a dwarf, it can be. Oh, don't be speciesed. Humor's
What do you think
subjective,
about
man.
seagulls then?
Seagulls, love them.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I grew up with a seagull.
I've had too many try to dive bomb me
Um,
to
um,
really like them that
oh,
much.
come on. That's just them trying to scare you because they're fucking terrified of you.
They're never
Well,
gonna touch you.
considering I'm also very much partial to predators and eagles and such, they might be out for a preemptive attack. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a choice between a seagull and an eagle, okay, never really thought about those two as rhyming words, but there you go. Um, you know, yeah, the eagle, majestic, cool, everything will absolutely fuck your shit up.
Will rip eyes out.
Owls will do that too.
Yes.
Yeah, successfully. Raptors in general. Ah, I love the fact that we actually have animals on this planet still that are called raptors, and not just in Jurassic Park.
Does a cassowary count as a raptor?
Shoo. I think it does, but I am very unsure right now.
Yeah, because they actually look like dinosaurs.
Cassowaries. Forgive me, I'm not gonna look it up because I'm just gonna try to focus. But yeah, I think they are. I mean, owls, falcons, hawks, eagles, all of those are raptors. Many of those kinds of predatory birds are.
It, it's an ostrich-like bird. I don't think it's a raptor.
No, flightless?
Close
Flightless.
enough. Yeah. Flightless.
Probably not a raptor. I'm not gonna say for sure though. I mean, I am not an ornithologist.
Native to New Guinea and Indonesia and Northern Australia. Northeastern Australia.
Will rip your chest open with its claws.
Condors. Oh, that's another raptor.
Condors?
Condors, yeah, like
Ah,
vultures.
they are raptors as well.
I believe so. I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but that one. Ugh. Actually, I might actually be wrong about that one. I don't know. Someone fact check me on this one.
Because so far it just sounds like every predatory bird who knows how to fly.
It would be wrong, wouldn't it? But you can tell a raptor by the shape of the beak, um, you know, big eyes, general structure. It has the special kind of talons. Uh,
Usually the eyes are have stereo vision.
oh yeah, definitely stereo vision. Um, which is just a general predator trait, right?
Yeah, you need to be able to measure depth to make
Depth and distance. Yeah.
yeah, to make precise attacks.
Yeah. Also, I mean, eagle vision. Jesus, that's some.
Aren't hawks even better at sight?
I think it. I think it. Um, I think it varies greatly, but I think
You are listening to three white men talk about stuff they don't know enough about.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is I don't know. Is this white man privilege or something like that?
Nobody is going against us. So yes.
By definition, white guy says something. White man privilege. Uh, also, the three of us, so we would back each other up, or we would disagree furiously in between us.
But yeah, sorry for interrupting our discussion about predatory eyes on birds.
Yeah, hawk. Maybe they're better. I don't know. I mean, they're so highly specified, aren't they? I mean, they're specialized for their very role, and they're doing their role perfectly. Like how owls see extraordinarily well in pitch blackness, while in a day they are practically nearsighted. They can't tell anything.
Was the show once in Germany that where they showed off a lot of owls? And some of them are huge.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
absolutely huge.
They actually flew in between the audience.
Oh wow.
That was amazing.
They just glided in, and no one noticed them until they were just whoosh by them.
Yeah, in between.
Yeah.
It's glided between the rows of watchers,
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah, they're specialized at what they do.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So I grew up with a seagull. Uh, at a certain point in my life, I also grew up with an owl. I've been in many nests.
So you were partly raised by a bird?
Well, it would explain a couple of things. Uh, no. It was a owlet that was abandoned. And we just saw to it that it got strong and healthy, and that it learned how to fly, and it learned how to hunt, and then it went off into the wild again after a while.
Hey Gotra, nice to see you again.
Hey, hello Guthrie.
Well, yeah, we actually do have a small nest in the garden now too.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I believe your partners hung up the sign to not disturb it.
Yep.
Yeah, that is good.
Well, landlord still takes out the lawnmower every third day, though.
Yeah. Well, what else is he gonna do?
Ah, no, nothing about that. Rocksmith, I haven't played that. What kind of game is that, Gotra?
Yeah, I don't think I know that either.
Oh, if it's with an actual guitar, that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I can't play the guitar yet either. Well, I can play it a bit, but not much. So I'll probably be atrocious.
I just keep working at it. It's usually fine.
What's the worst that can happen? You get better at it?
Yeah, that's true. But it's difficult to find the time to work on that with everything else that's happening. And I've got 2 guitars in this apartment.
You got 2 now.
I've had 2 for quite a while actually.
I was only aware you had 1.
I have one vinyl with vinyl strings and one with steel strings.
Oh yeah.
They were both here when you visited
I
last
only
time.
noticed the 1, I think.
Last time we visited, it was basically get there, eat, get some sleep, catch a plane.
Yeah, it was a bit
Yeah, those
stressful.
short visits.
It was a bit stressful. That was
Yeah,
before we went.
practice. That's the key. Gotcha. So
What?
it does help to have the time for it.
This is in the key of practice? I don't know that one.
Yes, ruin those fingers. Just go straight to the steel strings.
Yeah, why not? Seriously, why not? I mean, you need to build those calluses to work it anyway, so that's a good way to do it. And you're definitely going to feel like you're having progress.
Well, I started on those calluses already, but from climbing and I was playing guitar.
Yeah, that's not bad. Playing an hour or two every day or every second day. That's nice practice.
Just pick it up every now and then. Run through a song. Doesn't need to be much. Just enough.
Maybe we should do the next stream, have a concert.
Don't say things you're gonna regret.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna regret. I was thinking about just letting Gard play because he's actually knows how to play guitar.
I am a campfire guitarist. That is my level.
Like I said, you know how to play guitar.
I can really strum it out. Now, I have to. I had to learn how to play guitar. It's the only way to communicate with my family.
4 chords, you can play everything by Green Day then.
Yeah. Right now, I'm working on a rendition of Hey There Cthulhu.
Which rendition?
Oh, the one rendition. You know, just Hey There Cthulhu. Da 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 da. I don't even know the words. That's the problem. I can't do a song seriously, so I usually just look for the joke lyrics.
Is this something with the hand of the guy?
Oh yeah, there's
Seems...
plenty with a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like they're missing. Maybe it's supposed to be the end of the gun.
It is. It's missing some color, and I can fix that.
Will be fixed.
Fix momentarily. And that's all you need.
Literally.
Every time I see Fly Me to the Moon or hear the song, I automatically start thinking about Will Smith and Hudson Hawk.
Oh really?
Yeah, one of the first scenes when they're breaking into the museum and they are timing it by the song "Fly Me to the Moon."
All right. That's a better reference than I have. Mine is based on Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I think more people have seen a Neo Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's more popular. I'm saying that it's probably a better memory.
You're right about that.
Because the reason why I remember it from that is because the person who sang it was, of course, Japanese, and they had a very heavy accent. Um, so the whole classic stereotype: Asian person speaks English, all L's are R's in reverse. Yeah, that was happening a lot there.
Oof.
So fly me to the moon.
Yes, fry me to the moon. Yes. and let
That
and,
is also a
and
good
let me
song.
sing among the stalls. I mean, I'm probably butchering it, but someone started it before me.
But yeah, it's like you say, just practice, 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 and one day you'll learn it.
It's a universal goddamn truth.
Yes, eventually.
Ah, well, I'm sort of happy with that.
It's just face left and the
Yes,
hair.
and the hair. Oh, he does have a little bit of extra going on the hair there. Yeah, we will get that momentarily. Okay, so let's see here. Some shadows. Since we're using mysterious light sources, we're just going to plot in shadows and light sources wherever I feel I want them.
But back to small woodland creatures.
Yeah.
Other good ones are the ones that keeps the snails away from the garden. Hedgehogs,
Yes. Hedgehogs.
yeah, are fantastic and extremely cute.
Yes, they are. Unless they are in the first trailer of Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's in the new
I
Chip 'n Dale's
know.
Rescue Rangers as well.
I know. I know. Ass ugly Sonic.
Yes.
I love that they gave him a callback. It's very I don't know, era savvy in a way. This was a thing that happened, and we're totally gonna just talk about that and acknowledge
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I did laugh when I saw that.
I did enjoy that movie too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice trip down memory lane. It was sort of like a spiritual oh successor to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Same universe.
Yeah, basically like Toontown and stuff. Didn't really hear it mentioned directly in the same way, but since Roger Rabbit was actually in the movie, and that's the only place I've ever seen that character.
Sonic the movie didn't go the way Dragon Ball Evolution went. No, I've seen Sonic the movie. I don't think I've even heard about the Dragon Ball Evolution movie, at least.
Dragon Ball Evolution. Now, yeah, no, that is a special kind of movie. Um,
I'll take your word for it, Guthrie.
Is it close to Avatar: The Last Airbender?
not even, not even close. I mean, I would totally recommend just watching the original Dragon Ball series, like anime, in its entirety, and then watch Dragon Ball Evolution. You're gonna have a great time. Or the other thing,
Is it required to be a masochist for that? Or?
it helps. Um, uh, yeah, what he's not well, Gatry is not lying. It's it's an experience, that thing. Um, Nothing in that movie seems to fit with your expectations of what you're supposed to be looking at, which is a really bad sign. I mean, they do have some like semi decent talent in it, but it's not executed well at all. Subverting expectations, yeah, definitely. I think the last time I watched that, it was on a dare between me and my nephew. We would usually just sit down and watch terrible movies together and see just how much we could handle.
That's a nice bonding experience.
Yeah. That was like a tradition. Every Christmas we would give each other one absolutely, theoretically terrible movie, and we would have to watch them together. That was the rule. So whatever whatever bad shit that I put on him, I would have to take it myself as well. It was a nice trade-off.
Yeah, yeah, that is. No, I didn't know there's a movie called Karan.
Karen.
Yeah.
Karen, I think, yeah.
No, 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 no. Look, it's a Norwegian movie about this dude, and that's it.
I didn't know. I don't know that
I,
movie.
Yeah, you see, you're making a joke, but the real joke is that my housemate from when I was studying abroad, his name was Karen.
yeah.
So and he is just the kind of person who would potentially get a movie about himself one day, because he's an artist living in Oslo.
I spent way too much time looking at bad movies when I was in college.
Yeah, it's
Don't
really
regret it
rough.
though. I actually had two big periods with that.
Uh, why did someone? Why did Gatray say rest in peace?
Your friend that was named Karen.
Oh, yeah, because I just saw, yeah, okay, that's he's great. Now, because someone mentioned the dude, I was like, no way, the dude's not dead, is he?
No, no, no,
No,
not yet.
that's good. That would be bad news.
Ray Liotta just died, though.
That he did. I was rushing to your brother, trying to tell him that it happened, but he already knew, of course.
Yeah, he's a big Ray Liotta fan.
Yeah.
Mostly because of GTA Vice City, though.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, nice.
You're sure he's totally dead, Guthra?
Yeah. No, it seems like Guthrie definitely has some.
He has some.
He has an inside source and stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's saying this with such confidence. I can't really do anything but believe him.
When has a confident person ever led us astray?
Oh God, they're so confident. I mean, how can you even tell? And that is definitely a man to follow, or woman. That's got to be great.
Yeah, he has a holster inside of his coat.
A shoulder holster, so
Yeah.
it's not hidden. He's got a hidden gun permit.
Concealed carry.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
right,
he
yeah.
has a license to kill as well.
Now I have not decided whether or not this is a flechette gun. It might be a flechette gun. I mean, it does have a nice little syringe in it at the end there, but most likely he will just stab people with it. I have to admit, I didn't think it all the way through.
It's the rule of cool. Most of the time.
Yeah, and when the rule of cool don't apply, it's usually the rule of whatever works. uh,
Oh yeah, one of those laser pistol things you used on CRTs back in the day. Yeah, it does look like that. I remember those things. They were fun.
Oh, yeah. The light blaster from the old 8-bit Nintendos.
yeah,
Yeah, Nintendos and Segas. We had a Sega, and we actually borrowed one such gun once.
yeah. A friend of mine from back in college, he was recently featured in, I think it was The Guardian, because he's involved in a project where someone is bringing this technology back to computer screens, which is hilarious.
Yeah, but they don't work anymore.
That's exactly why they're doing a project to make them compatible with today's technology, so you can still just shoot your gun at the screen.
That would be pretty cool if they managed to do that.
What he did, he was involved in the model making part of it, so he was making the shell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Wouldn't be that hard to do, actually, considering how they originally worked.
yeah, wouldn't even begin to understand how that actually worked.
It was pretty easy, actually. The trigger gave a signal to
There
the
we go.
game, and they showed one frame with a pattern on screen that was too fast the eye could see it. And the gun actually had a camera that captured that image, so it could see calculate where the gun was pointing and transfer that back to the game.
Oh,
And that should be pretty easy to do today as well, especially since we have a higher frame rate.
well, now we know, and knowing is half the battle. God,
I loved those old arcade games.
that somehow made him look even more handsome. Oh dear. Okay, cool.
While arcades were still legal, uh, me and my brother always looked for the ones where you had two pistols, and we spent all our money playing those.
Let's see here. We're gonna get. Where's
You got a
Richard?
rebuttal, Dion.
Rebuttal.
Yes, Ian says, but refreshing doesn't use alternative lines anymore. Who are the biggest problem?
Yeah, that is interlaced. Alternate lines is interlaced image. We don't really use that anymore, but that doesn't really give. We use progressive drawing on modern screens, but that is makes it even easier to make a modern version of them.
It's so interesting when one of us is actually a computer engineer.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has a bit of a background, and also that I actually bothered to look up how they worked for many years ago.
of course you would have a specific interest, wouldn't you? No,
Well, yeah.
but that's like, yeah, this is actually a person speaking who is not just full of shit, which is amazing.
Well, I can still be full of shit because sometimes I don't. I have a memory thing, and sometimes my memory can be a bit muddled up. So don't take my word for it all the time, but do fact check. That is always a good rule,
Even if it is a confident white person telling it.
especially if it's a white person telling it.
Yes.
Especially if that white person is male. We're the worst kind of people, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, by definition. We didn't even have to work at it.
No, other people did.
Oh yeah, God, I think I hear like horrible stories every single day. Horrible stories that like generally just make me feel ashamed.
Yep.
Well, I'm not gonna mention that
But
here because it's
nah.
just so sordid. It's just God, you don't even have to go here to hear about that. You just have to open any news outlet anywhere in the world and just see what's actually happening.
There
Oh,
might be a
you'll.
market, yes, for the ray guns because the VR is still prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, it is.
A ray gun isn't that much hardware, so it's more software, so it's much cheaper to make.
And there is a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old people who grew up with the old 8-bit and 16-bit light guns who
Yeah,
are
Yeah.
gonna get them just because of nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Nostalgia. That's a big factor. Uh, that definitely does.
Everybody's eating member berries.
Yeah. Ah.
Basically, the
Remember
ray
with the
gun
shit
is
ass
a
screens? I remember.
basically the ray gun is a camera, more or less a webcam, and a micro switch, and that's it in a casing, the plastic's casing. Yeah, you could get them really cheap.
When do you think you can have the schematics ready?
I think someone's already making it. That's how we got into this.
Yeah, someone's
Oh
already making
yeah,
it. The
yeah.
biggest problem with it is more the software side.
Yeah.
That can be usually built into games, so the game itself, because nowadays the game itself often controls the video card.
Mm.
Yeah, the Raspberry Pis were you based on that you built your own 3D printed your old cases for the hardware.
Yeah. And now you can buy them at any electrical store that carries the brand.
That sucks, Gathra.
Sorry to hear that, Katra. Hope
Yeah.
you're having a better time now.
Well. Well, come on, Gatry, old chum. Let's wrap.
We all have bad weeks. Light in the end of the tunnel will be there sometime.
Yeah. There's no easy mode on life, unfortunately.
That is the truth.
Well, actually, it does. It's called Be Born a Millionaire.
Oh, that's cheat
yeah.
code, dude.
That's definitely cheat code.
That's not a mode. uh, I mean, depending on a developer, I guess.
If you
God
build
mode
your own
activated.
fortune, that's something else, though.
Mm.
Pay to win is a legal game mechanic in many games.
Yeah. Life's a roguelike game.
Yeah, and like England says, some are running on a hard mode. I really feel for them.
Oof.
Oh my god. So that's oh,
That's not fun.
that is, and that probably drains you a lot physically and mentally. Well, I'm glad you're with us, buddy. Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? It's not much to do after that. Do you get
No.
do you get triggered by stress or outside factors, or is it just complete crazy randomness? Really? Basically REM sleep? Right.
Sounds like it's kind of difficult to avoid.
Yeah. No, that sucks. I'm not even sure how I would handle something like that. That shit happens. Yeah, frequently, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically my life motto. So we're in total agreement on that one.
Well, just because you are working for global agent, a global agency, does not mean that you are a good guy, even though you work for them.
Yeah, no, that this is the intention. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, MacGyver is one shady goddamn character.
Yeah.
I mean, would you trust a guy who smiles at you while building a bomb made out of paper clips and duct tape, and maybe a can of Axe body spray? God, any bomb with Axe body spray would be. I think it would be actually a violation of human rights.
That might be counted as a chemical weapon, yes.
Yeah.
But MacGyver managed to keep his body count to 0 until the movies came.
Yeah. Building a bomb with a hairspray and a bit of duct tape isn't really that hard, but keeping the body count to
Oh,
0,
oh,
that is the hard part.
oh, here we go.
I remember there was this one episode where they had to move this huge bomb. Um, and they had to do it without shaking it because there was like this sensor with, I don't know, a ball of Quicksilver,
Mercury.
mercury.
I was gonna say Mercury without even knowing what were you gonna say. Uh, that's lucky. But yeah, Mercury triggers.
We don't talk about stuff like that. We do not talk about how to make bombs on this channel.
Yeah, I
No.
personally know.
We know it's possible in a lot of it, but we don't talk about it now.
Now I know nothing about it, and except for what I learned from Donald Duck.
I had a wild life as a Boy Scout, so I know a bit,
Yeah.
but I'm not telling you here.
We don't want to be.
Sorry, Gatre, I can't be your senpai. No, not here. And yeah, we
It's like
we
join the
had a
army,
really
you'll have
bad life.
fun. I guess it depends on what Boy Scout group you're in the end.
Yeah, the one I was in was wild. actually not wanted by the army either. I was actually in the army, but I was given a choice to quit because my hearing is so bad. Oh, by the way, Gard, on Tanner,
Yeah.
did you? Are you going to go back to? I just realized there wasn't any shine on his visor.
Yeah, that's true. Uh, let's
Coming
just
back to that, I guess.
let's just drop mullet for now and just get that done before I forget it entirely. I was gonna put in an actual visor on him, but that's what happens sometime. Let's see.
I think we're streaming for another 90 minutes or so. We're well, 80 minutes. We're probably going to stop around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock our time.
Ish.
Yeah, Central European summertime.
I mean, it all depends. I mean, that's usually how it goes, and I don't think I'll be finished way before that. So, in general, I'll just be sat here doing this until 9. So, but I do
Well,
figure I will be done by then, though.
if you're done before, we'll
Oh,
see. Maybe we end early, but
well, we can always just
usually
hang
we
out.
plan to.
No problem.
Yeah, usually you plan on having about around 3 hour streams. And I hope you enjoy yourself as long as you're here, then, Guthrie. And we'll probably we hope to see you again in our next stream. By the way, any ideas for what our next stream will be?
I've got one.
Do tell.
Guard's not gonna like it.
Yes. And no, Guthrie, you're not allowed to enjoy yourself unless you're here on stream.
Well, let's hear it, Tor. What is it?
I was thinking about something in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, god damn it, man. I should have guessed. I should have. I walked straight into that one.
Yes.
I should have guessed it. It was clear as day, but there it was, and I just ignored it. That's my bad.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm disappointed more than I'm surprised, to be completely honest with you. Oh, damn it.
It's really weird you didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, can't can't win them all. Maybe, I don't know. Jesus. Yeah, no. Me streaming and being a GM for the first time ever in my life in front of a live audience. That is the very definition of insanity, I'd say.
You're not the first one to do that, but
Not the first one to do that, no. But then again, I'm not paid handsomely to do it.
that's true.
It does sound like a really bad joke. Which means it's right up our alley.
Yeah, we do love them. dad jokes without being dads. It's a privilege.
Yes, it was a hint.
No, we do not have money.
What do you mean I'm heavy-handed? What? I don't understand that. It's like also I was sort of referring to certain D&D live streams which actually generate a fair bit of revenue.
A lot of them have worked their asses off getting there, but yeah.
Yeah, and I'm probably just being cautious and stuff here, but I don't think me GMing will get us to that point.
That's not
Well,
the
you can't.
point either. It's just for fun.
It is just for fun. And if something comes out of it, well, all the better.
See, now that was a joke, and now it's turning into something, isn't it?
Didn't you take that hint already?
Oh, wow.
There was a hint.
I feel you're expecting a lot from me when I'm actually doing all the work here. Ah, yes. Nice butt chin.
Oh, I agree with you, Ian.
Yeah,
Um,
I do. I follow a few streams where there are actually a mix of actors and non-actors playing. That is interesting.
like the the really big ones are the really big ones. They are basically so good that it gives people a really false hope in how RPGs really are. Um,
Unless you've played a few.
Yeah, with enough experience, you don't really need to be much of an actor, but
no, that's not the thing. Is what that RPGs is basically just a bunch of nerds sitting down having fun with each other. It is not about
it
being
is.
a great actor or to make a book. It's about just hanging out, telling stupid stories with your buddies.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Honestly, us playing RP games together has probably been one of the best forms of team building exercises we could possibly have gotten. Because that's how we started off, just playing those kinds of games together, and by now we pretty much know each other's rhythms and flaws.
Yeah,
We do, but we played for many years.
Yeah.
How long has it been now?
Well, I'm the newest to the group in that sense among the three of us.
When did we start? And that was the Shadowrun, was it? No, Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu, that was the one I joined in on.
Yeah.
Shadows of Yogg-Sothoth. Potentially other things as well in there, but I wouldn't know.
I think we started with this Shadowrun.
You guys probably did.
Yeah, John and me started together with Shadowrun.
Yeah.
That is 15 years ago now, I think.
Yeah. We first met 17 years ago, and
Yeah, it's 15, 16 years.
yeah, 15, 16 years ago we started playing, or yeah, 16 maybe.
Yeah, and I played my first RPG, which was Middle Earth role-playing game, pretty much 20 years ago now.
I think my first game was the game we played, the Shadowrun.
Mm,
I think you were the keeper at that.
it's a good
You
chance.
lived in that red house.
Yeah. My first game ever was AD&D in 2003. Don't remember which edition of AD&D it was though. All I remember is I sucked at it and have more or less continued to suck ever since because it's a dice thing and they hate me.
And team building, no, Ingen, I think team building. If you spend an hour arguing over how a map is supposed to look, it's kind of a team building as well, because you learn
we've
a lot about your the others around the table.
we've argued longer about stupider things.
Yeah, we
We have.
have.
But when it comes to GMs playing fast and loose with the rules, every GM plays fast and loose with the rules.
GM's
They are
prerogative.
Yeah,
they're
and
they're a guideline.
it's yeah, and like in D&D books, like in the D&D 5e, it says so on the more or less the first page. These rules are guidelines.
Most RPGs do that. Call of Cthulhu does that as well.
Yeah, I haven't really looked that much on the DM's books in other games than D&D though.
Oh, in Call of Cthulhu, the players are barely allowed to read the character creation part.
Yeah, no, that's heavily mired in mystery and lethality. That game is so horrible. It's hilarious.
It's great for one shots. For longer campaigns, I prefer the Pulp Cthulhu variant.
Ah,
That is true.
yeah,
I've been
I disagree slightly there, because there are some really good campaigns.
Oh, there are.
Yeah, and they are fun to get through, even though they can be sort of exhausting emotionally. uh, but yeah,
Uh, was was the GM using a pre-written module?
think so.
Cause yeah, it kind of looks like that. Pre-written modules where the map doesn't quite fit has happened to me before as well.
Yeah, I think we might have mentioned it on our last stream as well. We played, uh, but I wasn't there at that time. But I think you got were there, and your encounter had 1 hit point when it was a
yeah,
legendary
it was
action feature.
very few hit points, and I managed to one hit. I think it was three of them, but I might misremember. It might be well, I did definitely just one hit KO a couple of them, which is good because otherwise it would have been a complete disaster since we were only two players at the time, and there were twice as many legendary creatures as there were players. So hey,
Mm. As a GM, I have to say that I really like modules, though. They make the job as a GM much simpler.
I would agree. Yes, I've run a few modules, and I totally agree. But as long as they open up for the GM to make his own decisions and change a few things if they don't really fit.
Uh, I'm going
Most
to do
should,
that
but
anyways.
yeah, most do. But I have been I have experience with a few modules where the DM basically, well, it's his choice, but they are made to be well less than ideal in a few things like that.
Uh, that's why every time I run a module, I first read through it quickly, just to get the gist of the whole adventure. And then every session, I go through it. You spend about half an hour just reading through the parts that I think we're going to get through. And then I just wing it.
Yeah, because you're the type of GM that focuses more on the group having a good time playing the game.
Yeah, you're a good GM.
Yeah. Then just adhering to strict rules at all times. It's just just let the story unfold and see where it takes us, and you just back it up along the way. It's probably not a play style for everyone, but it certainly goddamn works.
Let's see how you guys survive the next session of Pulp Cthulhu.
Well, let's see.
I've been close to expiring already, so I'm kinda not that worried.
You mostly healed up.
Yeah, mostly.
So far we've only fought a few Nazis and stuff, but now it's getting interesting.
Yeah, yeah. You just have to do a little bit of prep work beforehand, and then usually you can get something fun out of it.
Hmm.
And the really bad modules, you can also use them to as a reference to just make your own. So
So what these guys are asking me to do is more or less just make up an adventure, which I'm fairly confident I can do, just as long as I'm in the right headspace for it.
I'm also kind of just teasing you.
Yeah, I know, but you also know that I kind of do want to do it.
No, we haven't tried the Star Wars 5e thing yet. That is why I am bothering Gard. Because I am kind of tired of being a GM at the moment.
Yeah, he's practically just been a GM all the time for the last like 15 years.
And yes, I have. When I have been able to be a player, I have gone, I know this is a module and we're supposed to go this way, so let's just justify it in character. I have done that.
yeah, and we have done it to your campaigns as well. I remember one time you just threw the module book over his shoulder and just winged it from there on.
Yeah, but like that wasn't you guys' fault either. It was just the module had not anticipated that the group would do this. They did this, and all right. Hi,
Yeah.
Weitgluten.
Hi, hello, Fatigutten.
Hello, fighter.
But yeah, just derailing a campaign on purpose. That's not cool. That I can see how some people might find that funny, but
If you know your
it's
GM very well, then it might be funny if you're in that kind of mood. But no, it's a shitty thing to do.
it is a shitty thing to do. There should be some really good reasons for it, but intentionally doing it, nah.
Everyone's been at war with their GM at one point or another.
Sometimes the GM declares war on you.
Yes, they do. And then they better get their shit in order because there will be consequences.
We are basically gods.
No, no, no. You remember the Pathfinder campaign we were playing?
Yeah.
Where the GM had dedicated hits on certain characters.
It more or less, GM had already planned out who was going to die here. More or less.
Yeah. That's the same campaign I more or less soloed a dungeon.
It's the same
Yeah,
campaign. It
yeah.
was much later.
Yeah. I remember that.
When you say you more or less soloed a dungeon, I would say that you absolutely soloed a dungeon.
Yeah, definitely did that.
Yeah, no one had a reason to go in there after what you did. You rogued that stuff out completely and utterly. And if I'm not mistaken, you went back in.
Yes, I did it twice.
Yes. Well, the rest of us just waiting outside.
Yep,
It was like,
waiting
yep.
outside and laughing while the DM was really frustrated. Well, I wasn't supposed to be there that day, so we hadn't really planned for for me and my skills. So
Yeah.
it was kind of a fluke. It might be.
And then you mysteriously died short time afterwards.
Yeah, mystery that.
Ah.
Suddenly, everything was immune towards lightning, even if it was metallic.
Yeah, that's weird. Huh. Who wrote this module? Strange. Oh well, let's go on. No, that was epic though. I've never been more happy to be sidelined in a game than in that situation. It was just a pure moment of someone else just getting to shine impressively. So
Yeah, both of us was sidelined once for a mission together,
yeah.
and it was a robbery, and your paladin was very
Pal
ambivalent.
Actually, my paladin wasn't very ambivalent when it came to robbery. He clearly didn't feel that robbery was a morally right thing to do, as it was written in the law. But
Yeah,
seeing as everyone understood this, They just never mentioned it to him and gave him a babysitting duty instead, which he dutifully observed,
Yes.
and it was a handful.
And it was a couple of very funny scenes.
Yes. No, it was a good dynamic. I was like, yeah, don't tell the paladin. Yeah, no, don't tell the paladin. Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
It's for your sake.
Yeah, it's plausible deniability.
Legally accurate.
Well, one of the tenets of the faith was, to follow the law. So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't deny something. I can't work against something I don't know about.
Oh dear. Do you want a sandwich?
Yes, but why? Never mind. No.
No,
Yes,
no,
yes,
let's just walk over
yes,
here.
yes. I will want
This
that
is the sandwich
sandwich.
store.
Lovely sandwiches.
Look at all the options.
Oh, dragon wings. I'll have some of those, please. Yes, just leave me here with the sandwiches. While nothing else happens elsewhere.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, nothing happens. Yeah, that was a paladin that was not a stick in the mud. It's kind of bad though. The one time I actually let that guy loose off his chain and let him have fun, he was immediately punished by the GM. And I would say rightfully so. It was a bit morally ambiguous what happened there. He was technically throwing goblins to their death.
Well, who hasn't wanted to throw a goblin? I enjoy playing them. Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah, that is not cool. I'll probably walk a slightly tighter line than that. Um, and I did. At the same time, I was pretty much a healer paladin, so you don't want to fuck with the healer.
Especially when the healer is the first front row fighter.
Yeah, healer and tank.
With a giant maul.
Oh god, I
Yeah.
love that maul.
I had a character like that as well on the D&D campaign. The only front row fighter was my healer, my cleric.
Clerics can handle it if they're stat correctly, though.
Clerics are scary.
They absolutely are. Clerics are great.
Yeah. But back to Ingen. He had to retire his paladin because the party could not stop attacking people in the street.
Yeah, don't trust me, bruh. That's shady.
Technically, druids get the Great Club proficiency, yes. Murder hobo campaigns can be fun if everybody agrees that it's going to be a murder hobo campaign.
Yeah, not before that. we did have a discussion on what the definition of a murder hobo really was, or at least a hobo. Like, Gard, are all your characters hobos?
It felt like it for a while.
Well, definitely. I mean, I do enjoy it. The vagabond type. But we all have like some quirks and special interests and wishes and stuff.
Yeah. If I play, charisma is never a dump stat.
Oh no, charisma's the best fucking stat.
But your charisma stat is character in real life as well, so it's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not that charismatic.
I should differ.
You're pretty charismatic.
Why, thank you.
I mean, not as charismatic as me, of course, but you know.
Yes, most adventures are hobos by definition.
Yeah, you would absolutely be one. I mean, that is the entire basis of the thing. You know, it's like, no, yeah, I'd love to go on this treasure hunt and hunt on this dragon to get his trove, but unfortunately, I have to pay council tax and also mow my lawn. Yeah, doesn't quite work that way.
That's why sci-fi is perfect for RPGs. Yes, I live on this spaceship.
It
It is my
is.
house.
It is.
So in D&D and more, or maybe not D&D, but in more medieval fantasy games, you should have let the characters have a wagon or something like that to live in.
No. You wait for the next book from D&D or Wizards of the Coast to come out, and you get Spelljammer.
Yeah, that has already been released, hasn't it?
Not yet, I think. I think they're building the hype right now. The Nag of Holding, yes.
I love that name. Is that an actual thing?
I don't think so.
Oh, it should be. It should be an actual thing.
Yeah, so just homebrew it into your own system.
Uh, yeah, but it would be a terrible fucking thing to have, though. I mean, we all know what usually happens to animals in D&D games.
Donkey of Holding is a budget portable hold. Someone has seen
No, oh, I had some very
Doom
lewd
Patrol.
thoughts. Had some very seedy thoughts right now.
No, you should sit down and watch some Doom Patrol. They have a donkey that's a portable hole.
Yeah, they do. You know the mechanic where since a bag of holding is technically like a small pocket universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are various other items that also are technically pocket universes, and if you put one pocket universe into another, it will explode with some insane damage.
Yes.
What would happen if like a nag of holding ate a bag of holding?
A tiny black hole.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
It's how you kill a dragon at first level.
And yeah, Space Jammer is released August 16th.
Yeah. And you get basically sailing ships that fly through space.
Yeah. They have a fun campaign on D&D YouTube channel, right? That is utilizing that book.
Yeah. I saw the 4 first episodes.
Yeah, I've been following them as well. I think there are 5 episodes now. I think I've seen 5.
Yeah.
There was 4
Uh,
with Brennan Lee Mulligan and 1 with the B Dave.
yeah.
Actually, there is 1 more. It was released this week
Oh, okay.
on Tuesday, I think.
Yeah. Um,
Well, Tuesday American time. It was Wednesday here.
yeah. I need to watch it a bit more. I don't really feel the group yet.
I've seen most of them in other streams, so I know them fairly well. But yeah, it, it, the feeling isn't quite there yet. It needs a few more episodes, I think.
Yeah. People need to get comfortable with each other's characters. Oh, yeah. Right now, I just want to play something. I don't want to be
In charge of it.
only a DM right now. GM.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Not that it's not fun to be a GM. Like, that's fun too. But sometimes you just don't want all the responsibility put on yourself.
It is true. You don't want to. Okay.
When it comes to homebrewing, though, and making your own stories, I've personally found that creating the story isn't so important. That kind of comes from itself, and you should rather think about set pieces. Like, what kind of scenes do you want to have happen? And then with the players, just find a way to that. Create a small library of NPCs that you can drizzle around here and there.
Mm-hmm.
After you've done Lioness, that's the last character, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
After that, it's just cleanup. Throwing in some extra shades here and there, and yeah, basically just trying to tie in the last few bits. So it is almost done.
That is really cool.
But yeah, it's a process. I started this, I said it would take an estimated about 12 hours or so. And 9 hours will have been on stream. First third was basically just planning out the picture, which is just about when we realized that why aren't we streaming this? I mean, it could be something. I mean, apparently you guys like to watch it, so why not share it with others?
Yeah. And I kind of also feel that it helps keep the our personal interest in it up a bit as well.
Yeah, it does, without doubt.
By the way, is the music still playing?
That's a good question. It was, and then it stopped. Now, there should be music, if people can tell.
Yeah, it started again. Somehow I think I'm a lot louder than the others, you two in the stream.
Well, that's normal.
Yeah, I'm sure the sound levels aren't perfect.
Well, it's hard for us to adjust them on the so.
Yeah, it's something about like where the channels are coming in, and you kind of have to turn them up at the mains to adjust them. So
We're learning, and
yeah, I mean we're not streamers, obviously.
yeah.
We're just regular old geeks who are sitting around trying to create something cool.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Indian. So it seems everything is good for him. So we are
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
okay.
Well, I got a question for people. That also includes people in chat. What is your favorite RPG? Like pen and paper RPG?
Tabletop RPG. That's a tough one.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to figure it out for myself as well.
I played a lot of Cthulhu, but I actually think I really liked Shadowrun, and D&D I've barely played, but I like the game when I see others play it.
Yeah. Shadowrun is a fun setting. Uh, I'm not too fond of the system, like the dice mechanics and such, but it's a really, really fun setting. So yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, I can agree that Shadowrun is a fun setting, but I really don't like the D6 mechanics. Also, character creation does my head in. Like, violently does my head in.
It also doesn't help that they change a lot of the system between editions. We played 4th edition's Shadowrun quite a bit, and that was a very different system than 5. Shadowrun 5.
And Shadowrun 6.
Yeah, I don't think I've tried Shadowrun 6 yet.
Let's see, Ingan. Really like how Streamline 5e is compared to 3.5. Yeah, I can see that. I myself prefer 3.5 and first edition Pathfinder, but I really like to crunch the rule systems and see what I can do with them. How about you, Gard?
Personally, I am very much in favor of D100 systems.
Yeah.
Any D percentile system just makes a lot of fun, a lot of sense to me. Either it is Cthulhu, various editions, or the Warhammer games. Those are my preferred types of games, system-wise. Also,
Mm.
I think my favorite RP so far is probably Warhammer Fantasy 4th Edition. Um, but that might just be because I'm very familiar with it, and I could, uh, and I'm almost backseat GMing when we're playing because I know the system. So that just might be me being comfortable.
What about the D10 system of Exalted?
Oh god damn it! That was like memorizing a formula every single time we were sitting down to play the game. I mean, it's very open-ended, and there are no written campaigns for the setting, and so it's just source material, and it's up to a GM to sort of put together this world which everything's going to happen in. So it is next level to organize, and that can get a little bit crowded at times. Uh,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've never GM'd anything, so I can just see how a GM is working to get things done. And it just seems very complicated, and the problem also, since there's like no real planned progression in Exalted, it all kind of comes down to the individual player and their own ability to improvise to get the results that they want. And the rule system of the game is also made in such a way that improvisation, storytelling, like uh, just a player's ability to ad lib and think up cool situations on the fly will actually impact how the game is going, which is really cool, but it is not everyone's cup of tea. So if you were sort of having a problem just getting into character, and you're not comfortable with playing in character at all times and having to think about everything you're doing in a cinematic way, yeah, I can I that then that is a very difficult system. Also, I couldn't for the life of me remember right now how you calculate how you hit someone, or how you damage someone, or even remember one of the spells, because every single class, every single profession you have, I have like 30 different spells or charms specifically tailored to that single career and background. It's insane. Um,
And
uh,
like how I find I feel about Pathfinder First Edition. Like, when I played it, I never managed to get a grasp on the rules and how to calculate things. I really had a lot of problems with that. 2E that Ian is mentioning is looks a lot more promising.
Yeah, I think that's more streamlined. Uh, can't say anything definitive about it. I haven't tried it myself.
Yeah, it is called Pathfinder. Yeah,
didn't hear that before. I haven't heard that before. Now that I hear it, I understand it. Yeah. Um, we used to play once a week, and that was enough time for my slate to be completely clean. And then I was like, which attributes do I put together for any of this? Also, one thing about the Pathfinder and D&D systems that kind of took me off guard after having played lots of Call of Cthulhu and Warhammer and Shadowrun and stuff like that was the fact that once you get hit, you're hit. There's nothing you can do about it. There are no reactions to it or anything like that. It's just, oh yeah, no, that's yeah, he rolled really good. You're now hit. Deal with it.
It's not quite true though.
No, probably not, but that's how I
I,
remember it.
yeah, I think that if you're a spellcaster, like a wizard or sorcerer, you still have like a shield as a reaction, just like in 5e.
yeah, you
Uh,
do.
Yeah. That you do.
There are a few classes that has a few some abilities and feats that also allows you to deflect incoming hits.
But he played a paladin, so
Yeah, they're expected to take a beating.
And I did. A lot.
yes.
Even died from it.
Well, you go turn into ashes.
Well, that
I got better.
yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
You died when the GM's hit didn't go as planned.
Yeah, I took a bullet for you, man. No regrets.
Nope.
It was a cool way to die.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. They are. But yeah, you didn't answer the question. Favorite system?
No, I did answer it.
You,
Warhammer 4th edition.
yes, you did.
Because I'm very familiar with it. So it feels very comfortable.
My favorite system is in the Warhammer universe as well, but that's first edition Dark Heresy. I just love that system. I love the setting. I love the D100 skill rolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. It is brilliant.
And you're a human. You're not some kind of space marine or any of the overpowered ones.
Yeah. Man, and I've encountered stuff in that game that, like, like genuinely just chilled me to the bone because they're horrible.
That's half the fun.
Yes, that is half the fun,
And
and
you can.
I appreciate the fact that that has happened. I have experienced these things in that game, and it's been horrible, and I love it.
I also like with it that I can be a really evil person in that game and still be seen as one of the good guys.
Yeah, because Warhammer is basically a game about bad guys, no matter where you go.
Yep.
Oh man, so many bad things. And Inquisition, being agents of the Inquisition, that's like the worst goddamn thing ever. But it's sort of okay because you don't have a choice in the matter.
I shocked the GM once.
Yeah, you did, and he is not easy to shock.
It was. Well, the Inquisitor Lord asked me to take care of someone. And when the Inquisitor Lord asks you to take care of someone, it usually means one thing.
Which you did immediately.
Yeah.
As a good servant would.
Yeah.
And, it was definitely within the realm of possibility that you do that.
Yeah.
But the GM didn't quite expect you to take that route. It's like, huh.
Throughout that campaign, I had played more and more and more of a totalitarian monster.
Yeah, you had. Didn't you have your eyes on actually becoming an Inquisitor, like fully on Inquisitor?
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna rise in the ranks.
I'm pretty sure that if we survived the last mission there, she would have been a Inquisitor.
Yeah, we were playing the Harlock Legacy, weren't we?
Yeah. And I think the GM hinted that my character was a one of the last members of that family.
Yeah, yeah. He likes to implement stuff like that.
Yeah.
It helps to drive the story. He is currently GMing our Warhammer Fantasy group, and in that group, I am the one who has a character that is linked with the story somehow, so that it is easier to um, get certain story aspects in there. But he does it without making my character into a showrunner, though, like a headliner.
Yeah, it works as long as there's no main character complexes.
Yeah. So I really don't like being or there being main characters in an RP game, especially if there's like several players.
All players are main characters in a
Yeah, should be
game, so
that way. It's an ensemble.
it's a team.
Yeah. I mean, there might be a leader to the team, but that's different.
What was the name of the mechanic in Firefly?
Haley?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I've done that. The old the innkeepers are retired player characters. Yeah. You have to at least be level 12 to become a innkeeper.
Man, that certainly demands some respect for the innkeepers.
Well, they are the ones who have to keep the inns running, and if there's a bar fight every night because a group of adventurers can't keep their liquor, someone has to be able to do it.
The unsung heroes of every RPG.
I guess one game would be to actually play as innkeepers then.
Didn't we have like an old bard campaign once?
You're
or not
talking.
campaign, but a story.
Are you talking about the Skyfall thing?
And yeah,
Oh,
well, we
did
were
it
playing a
another
band
time?
there.
Or no, there was one where we all actually were multi-classed bards.
It might have been like
That
a
was the
yeah, yeah.
Skyfall.
Nah, not
No,
Skyfall.
no, that was Pathfinder. That was a one-off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
sure I was part of that.
was.
Yeah, you were part of that.
You were part of that.
I
I
don't remember
actually
if you
don't
were party.
remember.
I don't know if you were part of that session though.
No. No, that was definitely something that
Yeah,
happened.
that was. I don't think it was part of this session. That's what I meant.
Yeah. No, the Skyfall thing. Then we were a band, but we only had one bard.
Yeah, it was great. We could never agree on what
Yeah, we
our
didn't
band
know if
name
it
was
was.
supposed to be.
I think it changed every session.
Yeah, which is exactly how it's gonna be. It was amazing. It was a little feat of garage band simulator happening there. I greatly appreciated that fact. We can never settle on a name, just like in real life.
It was fun until I got the whole group killed.
That was accidental and tragic and avoidable.
Yeah.
Yes.
But well, that was partly your fault, partly the DM's faults. So
It's always the GM's fault.
yes.
He runs the world. But no, that was me. I should have known that there was a thing like a bookshelf golem.
Oh, we certainly know now. Um, it's a difficult thing to imagine though, bookshelf golems.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly what you just wake up today and say, oh, I'm gonna look out for the bookshelf golems today.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's a bit left field. Certainly caught us by surprise, and we could not handle it. Nope.
I actually should have known it though, because the boss that we killed just before that was a librarian ghost.
Yeah, that's oh yeah, he was. I've forgotten that.
Countered every bardic ability there was.
Didn't you have counterspell?
I tried, but I got just a
Oh. Counterspell is so great.
counterspell is not in the bard's
Calzone golems? Not even calzone mimics. Calzone golems.
Yeah. So, like those baked-in pizzas.
Yeah, yeah,
That is such a great idea.
yeah. I quite like that acid spray. Yeah, that's good. Or not even that, just hot sauce spray.
So is that fire damage?
Blinding.
Blinding and fire damage, I would think.
Tomato sauce isn't much of a acid, but it is still a bit. Hot sauce is more of an acid, so
It's hot tomato
Both.
sauce, so basically it is chili. It's sort of like getting pepper sprayed.
so both fire and
Blinding.
acid damage.
Nah, I would just stick to fire and blinding. Mixing two elements, that's a bit iffy.
Now, fire and blinding, that's more than enough. I'd say.
And it's not unusual, at least in D&D, to have more than one type of damage, at least in higher levels.
Yeah, but it
Like you
wouldn't.
have D4 in one type and D6 in another type or something like that.
But are we discussing hot tomato sauce or just the effects in general?
Both?
Physics.
Because I'm sort of on hot tomato sauce, and I don't see that as being highly corrosive to the point where you get acid damage.
True, except if it's chili sauce.
Still not highly corrosive. It's not like you can put chili sauce on some handcuffs and expect them to go poof.
No, salsa. Well,
I
at
mean,
least in
if
the
you
Mythbusters episode, they
yeah,
actually
but then
managed
you
to
need
corrode quite a bit.
electricity. But
Yes. So
yes,
lightning.
and you would need AC current.
One of us needs to up our tomato sauce game.
Sure as
Yeah.
fuck ain't me.
And I don't think it was AC. I think DC actually worked better because AC takes away and then puts it right back on. So
Oh yeah, DC. That's right. That's true. It does just sort of. Yeah, I just have them mixed up. See, I know my tomatoes. I just don't know my electricity. Bane of my existence.
Dodge or take damage, yeah. Yes, share the stat block. I need to see this.
Oh, come on.
a recipe too. That's neat.
Oh, I can make my own calzone golems. All right, let's see here. It is a CR3. Got multi-attack, breath weapon. Magic immunity. Nice. I see that it has 2 attacks, but it doesn't have multi-attack. Oh, it's 3.0. I don't know if it sounds terrifying. It kind of sounds delicious, if you ask me. A gang of calzone golems. Just doing the final details now.
Hmm.
The cleanup and final details. So it's almost done.
It is.
You got 9 minutes.
Eight according to my clock.
Just shifted.
Time is going. It's going away. But that's fine. It's been a fun ride. So let's see here. What we can manage to cram in before the deadline.
You got time to make a giant ufta.
A giant ifta.
A giant ufta.
You mean in this picture?
Yes.
You know what? Fine.
Barely peeking over the top of the building.
I'll put in an ifta. I'll put in an ifta.
Naida.
Yeah, I will. You just watch me.
Oh no.
And it will be an ifta that would have to be done in less than 7 minutes. So, it means it's gonna be super simple.
Remember to place him where he will be visible even with the field.
No. Not necessary. It'll be a little secret. Just between us and our viewers.
Just barely peeking out.
Completely hidden.
Maybe in a deluxe edition of the game in some time we can make the box, the purple field there, peel off sticker.
Yes, when we're multi-millionaires and we've taken over the whole board game world.
Not before. How did Ufta really become a mascot? For those that are not initiated.
I don't know. Like the best things in this world, we have no idea where this why this happened.
One day he was just in the office.
And it sort of works. That's all I can say.
We find him funny.
That's just all that really matters.
Not just a hamstering, and it's a hel hamster. He's actually from the Heroes of the Seedling game.
Yes, a hamster.
A hamster.
Yes, yeah.
The hel hamster.
Started out as something much, much scarier, but then
It started off as a hell beast. And then we sort of had some power creep in the first game we were working on, but we kept it in by just renaming it as a hell hamster instead. But since it was one of the oldest encounters that we had in the game, we sort of decided that, well, maybe he should just be ridiculously powerful anyways. So it is one of the few characters in the other game that could outright kill you.
Well, like Ingen says, even a regular hamster can kill you. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. This one though, much worse. Much worse.
If that is even possible. And as we're finishing up this stream, are there anything else we should say? Planning for the next session, maybe?
Check out Codicel. We are gonna have a brawl where we decide what's gonna happen next time we stream. Some of us might not make it.
And there it
That
pretty much
looks-
is.
That looks really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. The windows are just gray slates.
They are.
Oh, that works.
It does work. There might be some minor changes, but this is basically it.
Yeah, the building is background as well, so it doesn't really have to be that popping or distract. But yeah, this is really good. I'm satisfied with this.
So yeah, that's our cover image.
Yeah. Final messages. Yes, check out Codicel. Go to Tabletopia and check out Evil 101.
Leave a review on Board Game Geek if you do. That would be nice.
That would be very nice. Trick your family into trying it. Trick your friends into trying it. Your enemies.
Tell all your friends about our streams.
And we'll probably be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll notice people when we're going live again. We figure out what our next subject is gonna be.
Yeah.
we're kind of doing this like by the seat of our pants, so bear with us as much as you can. And as I'm now just scrolling across this image, you just imagine there's some really cool, soothing music that just goes with it. And so
Let's
yeah,
take a look at what is actually playing right now. Sounds like it's silent. There is a bit of music. There's a bit of music.
Yeah.
there's a bit of music. So yeah,
Maybe next session we'll just be sitting around playing our own game.
that is fully possible.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
That is also fully possible.
But for now,
Game, maybe.
yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
a ceiling. 3 hours is not much at all, but evil.
Yeah.
Yes, you will. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank
yeah.
you guys for everything.
Thanks for joining us on this journey to get this thing finished. And we'll see you again shortly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
At least those of us who survived the brawl.
At least those of us. Probably not me. Oh. But we'll see you later. So thanks and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
See yas.